It begins with a quiet river cutting through the English countryside, a simple crossing where animals once walked through shallow water, and no one, not kings, not warriors, not even dreamers, could have imagined that this place would one day shape the thinking of the entire world. This was Oxford, a name born from Oxenaforda, meaning the ford of oxen, and in its earliest days, it was nothing more than a modest Saxon settlement, slowly growing in importance until the seismic shock of the Norman conquest transformed England forever, bringing castles, control, and strategy, and Oxford quietly became a fortified and significant location, watching history unfold as if waiting for its moment. That moment came not with war, but with ideas, when around 1096, small groups of scholars began gathering, teaching, debating, and learning, and everything changed dramatically when King Henry II banned English students from studying in Paris, forcing intellectual energy back into England and directly into Oxford, causing an explosion of knowledge, the formation of colleges, and the rise of the University of Oxford, the oldest university in the English-speaking world, a place that would soon hold immense influence. But with influence came tension, and tension soon turned into violence when in 1355, a small dispute inside a tavern spiraled into one of the darkest moments in Oxford's history, the St Scholastica Day riot, where students and townspeople clashed in brutal street fighting for 2 days, leaving nearly 100 dead, and ending with a shocking outcome. The town was forced to submit to the authority of the university for centuries, a clear sign that Oxford had become more than a place of learning. It had become a center of power. But power could not protect it from the invisible terror that followed, as the Black Death swept across Europe, killing indiscriminately, emptying halls, silencing classrooms, and pushing Oxford to the brink of collapse. Yet somehow it survived, rebuilding itself from the ashes and continuing its rise, only to face another storm in the 17th century when the English Civil War tore England apart and Oxford became the royal headquarters of King Charles I, transforming the academic city into a military stronghold filled with soldiers, weapons, and raniti, where knowledge and war coexisted in an uneasy balance until the king's eventual defeat marked yet another turning point witnessed by Oxford's ancient walls. As time moved forward, the battleground shifted from swords to beliefs, and in the 19th century, the Oxford movement emerged, challenging religious authority and reshaping spiritual thought across Britain, proving once again that Oxford's true power lay in ideas, not armies. And just when it seemed rooted only in tradition, the city evolved again during the Industrial Age, under figures like William Morris, who brought automobile manufacturing to Oxford, blending intellect with industry and transforming it into a place where ideas were not only discussed but built into reality. Then came the global chaos of the 20th century, as World War I and World War II reshaped nations and societies, and Oxford once again stood at the crossroads of history, offering refuge, intelligence, and continuity, while in quieter corners, something extraordinary was unfolding, as a group known as the Inklings gathered to share stories, including minds like J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, who would go on to create entire worlds, Middle-earth and Narnia, right within Oxford's intellectual atmosphere, showing that even in times of destruction, imagination could thrive. And alongside these creative revolutions came one of the most life-saving scientific advancements in human history, as the work of Alexander Fleming was developed further in Oxford into penicillin, an antibiotic that would go on to save millions of lives across the globe, transforming medicine forever, and proving that Oxford's influence extended far beyond education into the survival of humanity itself. And now, in the present day, Oxford stands as a symbol of prestige, excellence, and legacy, its historic buildings and quiet streets hiding centuries of Sangharsh, rebellion, innovation, and brilliance. A city that began as a simple river crossing and evolved into one of the most powerful intellectual forces the world has ever known. A place where presidents, scientists, writers, and leaders have been shaped, where ideas have sparked revolutions, and where the future is still being written. Because the most chilling truth about Oxford is not just what it has already done, but what it is still capable of doing. As somewhere within its ancient walls, at this very moment, a new idea may be forming, one that could once again changed the world forever.